Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome back to this new video, welcome back to my garden. If you're new here, hi, I'm Dominika. I post balcony and container gardening content. If that's something that you're interested in, would be lovely if you could subscribe to the channel to not miss out on my future videos. Today is finally the day when we are going to be switching my raining planters from summer actually to winter/spring. You guys, these are still my summer planters. I waited as long as I could because I felt sad about getting rid of plants that look perfectly fine. So I decided I'm gonna keep them as long as they last, but it's getting really cold, you guys. We've had temperatures drop below freezing every single night for the past couple of nights. Last night it was -4 degrees Celsius and we've had some snow already, and these guys are just not giving up. They are so resilient. But I have to switch them now because it's only gonna get colder and it's only gonna get more difficult to be out here to do these type of projects. So I garden in zone 8A, and you may say that it's a mild climate, and I won't argue with you about that. It is a fairly mild climate, especially compared to colder zones like zone 4 or zone 5, but we have cold winters. The temperature can drop to -8, -10 degrees Celsius, and it actually keeps dropping below freezing nearly every single night. Like last year, it kept dropping below freezing from the month of December all the way until March. So we definitely have cold winters. We have dry winters. We don't get a lot of rain or a lot of snow. But on the contrary, we have incredibly hot summers. Our summers are incredibly hot and humid. The temperature reaches 40 degrees Celsius in the shade, and it remains this hot for nearly entire summer. So for my summer planters, I usually keep things simple. You will notice I only have 2 different flowers per pot, and this way I don't have to be out here every single day watering my plants. I try to choose plants that are low maintenance, that will bloom non-stop throughout the summer, so that it provides a beautiful pop of color. I get to enjoy beautiful flowers with a minimum maintenance. So for my summer planters for this year, I chose a mix of 2 plants. We have beautiful euphorbia, shades of pink or shades in pink. I don't quite remember the exact name, but something like that. I will put the name on the screen anyway. And then we have one of my all-time favorite flowers. This is double bloom Begonia semperflorens. You know the classic Begonia semperflorens, the wax begonia? This is a double bloom version. And look at those beautiful flowers. Don't they look like little roses? Absolutely stunning. And these plants are so resistant. As I said, they resist to heat. They resist to light frost. It's been -4 degrees Celsius for the past couple of nights, and look at them. We obviously have some dried flowers, but we still have a lot of color. They are very low maintenance. I barely did anything with these planters this summer. And these flowers come in 3 different colors. We have this kind of dark pink, almost red. Then we have lighter pink and white. And then just like the classic wax begonia, they come with 2 different leaf colors. You can choose either green or brownish, and they are sold under different names. If you try to search for double bloom Begonia semperflorens, you will find them. They are sold under name Begonia Gustave or Begonia Doublet. All right, let's empty these containers. I'm actually gonna keep 1 plant. I'm gonna repot it and bring it indoors so that hopefully I can overwinter it and maybe even make some cuttings early spring for next year. I have never tried it because I have limited space indoors, so I can't really keep a lot of stuff indoors, but I always try to save plants from year to year whenever that's possible, so that's what I'm gonna do. Also, I haven't watered it for the past couple of days, so that it's easier for me to pull the whole thing in one piece. Take a look at this. Less mess and easier to get rid of. So if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I often reuse my soil because I create custom mix. I use good quality ingredients so that I can reuse the soil for years to come. But with planters like these that are very shallow, that I've had for the entire season, because these were planted in May, I don't reuse soil because, well, basically there was not much soil left. As you could see, it was basically the root balls of the plants. So I always start with fresh soil, and because this particular potting mix I create a custom potting mix that's very water retentive, so that I don't have to water my planters every single day in summer. But for my fall winter planting, I don't want water retention because I don't want this stuff to rot, obviously. Here is work in progress. The wind is absolutely merciless today, but we'll get this done no matter what. So the potting mix that I'm going to be using for today's project is Classman for flowering plants. It's for pots, flowering plants, for balcony planters. I've been using this for years. It's a really good professional blend. We use it at work as well, and I know a lot of growers, a lot of nurseries that also use this mix or Classman potting mixes for different types of plants. So this is my go-to, but if you can't find it where you live, another one that I really like is Light Mix by Playground. It's also very lightweight with addition of perlite, very well draining, a really good universal mix for all types of plants. So I'm gonna put a bit of potting mix at the bottom of each container. Alright, so let me show you what I planned for these planters. So today we are gonna be planting some bulbs in them, but not only. So bulbs are gonna be my spring layer, my spring flowers. And I chose only one type of bulbs. I initially wanted to plant 2 different types of bulbs, but then I figured one will be enough. Let's not go crazy. So my spring layer will be these beautiful Daffodil Minnow. What I like about this variety is it is an amazing performer. So one bulb can produce several stems, and then each stem produces clusters and clusters of these creamy white flowers with yellow centers. They grow to about 30 centimeters in height. But daffodils are pretty resistant to wind, so you don't have to worry that they will break or they will get damaged by the wind. As you can see, it's pretty windy in here. I always plant, most years I plant daffodils in here, and they do just fine. Alright, we are almost done. One last step will be to plant something beautiful, colorful that I can enjoy right away. So my choice is always either pansies or violas. The reason why I love them so much is they are quite cold hardy. Even if there is some frost, they will look a little sad, a little wilted, but they usually bounce back throughout the day. And their root system is really soft, so you can plant them on top of bulbs without bothering the bulbs. Bulbs can just pierce, comes spring, bulbs will just pierce and grow next to them and will provide a beautiful layer of flowers above those pansies, because as of right now obviously there's not a lot of flowers on them, but in the spring they will definitely take on a bit of growth. They will definitely put on a beautiful flower show. I will show you the difference of pansies with pansies that I planted last year, how they looked in the fall versus how they looked in the spring. So this is my number one choice. You could make a beautiful, like a wintry composition using some perennial flowers, but that just can be a bit costly, especially if you have this many containers. And then you will probably need to take those plants out in the spring, because perennial plants tend to have a bit more larger and kind of harder root system, so the bulbs can have a hard time piercing through that root system, through that root ball, versus here with pansies, no problem. So I'm placing about 4 plants per container. That's largely enough because they will put on quite a bit of growth in the spring. And I chose this beautiful kind of bluish purplish color. I think that this will look really lovely throughout winter, and then will look really beautiful with that creamy yellow flowers in the spring as well. All right, it is done. My hands are falling off. It's so cold. I did not anticipate how cold it's gonna be with this crazy wind, but I am so happy and satisfied that it is finally done. I just have to water it. Alright you guys, this is gonna be it for today's video. I hope that you found it helpful or inspiring, or both. Thanks so much for joining me today in the garden, and we will see each other in the next video. Bye!